Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Sagittarius. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. Sagittarius, we're starting off with the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Fool. So there's a judgment call that you may have made on dealing with people from your past or work that you've done from the past. We have 8 of Pentacles here, seeing that you're feeling like you were rejected, or the work that you did was rejected. You're looking for your happiness, or you feel happy in what you're doing. You feel like the work that you've done or have been doing is bringing you happiness, because you had to go through a rejection in order to bring yourself to do work that makes you feel happy. And you've made a effort that you're being recognized for that work, and it's going to pay off. And justice says that you earn the right, that you have the knowledge, and that satisfaction will be yours if it is that you're looking to get married, dealing with people from your past again, childhood even. You're starting up a new relationship. Someone wants to make a proposal to you, or you want to, and it is because they want to overcome a disappointment that may have occurred between you and them. Someone is a fire sign. Could be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or it could be another Sagittarius. You know who you're dealing with. Someone wants to reach out to you. Here we see the King of Wands. So Page of Wands turns into King of Wands with 9 of Cups. Someone sees you as their satisfaction, or they are satisfied with you wanting to have a commitment with you, Sagittarius. Things are looking up for you. You're being patient, and you're just standing your ground. You're probably a little uncertain if you want to get into a relationship, or you want to go back with another person. This could be the same person. That King of Wands could be that Page of Wands, and you're not sure if you want to give him a second chance. And I say him simply because it is a hierophant. It is a masculine energy. Could be a same-sex relationship if it's a woman that has the masculine attributes that you want to make. You want to come back into friendship with. It doesn't have to be romance. It could be friendship or working with particular people. There we see the Hierophant as in learning lessons, or have learned the lesson. See the 3 of Pentacles. Sorry, 8 of Pentacles. Learning lessons from the work that you've done. Maybe what you've done was learning from work. Could be where you were working, you were learning a new trade, or you were practicing art or a new trade. Either way, you're getting satisfaction and you're overcoming a loss because of that work. You're creating your own happiness through the work that you do. Again, we see the 9 of Pentacles with the 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords. So turning your back to what has hurt you and standing your ground. Someone is worried. Maybe there's no communication and they're worried that you're not communicating with them. Again, 4 of Swords is just that. It's having that communication or not, but wanting to communicate to make peace and bring that sense of friendship or romance back, depending on who you're dealing with. 5 of Wands says that you're in a deliberation. Could be that you're contemplating dealing with them, or you are going through bantering with them. or in the past, maybe that's what you did and now you don't want to talk to them. I mean, it's really up to you to decide. Sorry. We have the 10 of Wands, where you want to put the burden down and you want to make your own plans and move on, because what was done in the past, you just want to let it go. You've overcome it. In other words, Page of Pentacles is that you have new plans. You want to move on. You have something in the works. Sagittarius, I'm using the deck split. I'm using the Stained Glass Tarot by James Edward, and we're using the spread is the Celtic Cross, and I choose the cards at random. We see the 8 of Wands again, so it's communication, making a choice to communicate, or making a choice to be innovative, bringing in new ideas, looking at self-sufficiency, looking at helping others, looking at building a legacy. But you have mastered something, and you're choosing to build on that, what you've mastered. You're choosing to step forward, leaps and bounds even. You know what you want. 6 of Wands says that you are victorious, or will be. Again, the 9 of Pentacles is still at the bottom of the deck here. We see the 2 of Wands, so plans are going to change. And then we see the Fool, so you're really, you know what you want, and Spirit has given you that ability to change direction and do something different if that is what you want. You have the will and the desire to step forward, and you are not playing around. Sagittarius, you know where you want to go. You know how to get there, and you've earned the right. Again, the deck splits on the 5 of Pentacles because of how you were treated in the past. You've taken your pain and you have made progress. You have turned it into something precious. 10 of Pentacles says that you have come in, or will come into abundance because of your mastery. You will be able to have a future. You will be comfortable with what you know how to do as work, and you will move on from what has hurt you. You will overcome whatever confusion was brought to you by any King of Cups that you may have been dealing with, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, because you are changing plans. You are moving on. Sagittarius, go. That's very positive. Again, I'm using the Herbal Astrology for Oracle deck. This is to help with healing, which is either physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, for the messages that Adriana Ayales provides in her booklet. It's a very good sound oracle deck. It helps if you're interested in astrology, but I don't read everything about it. I go mainly for the guidance. I do give a bit of an intro on the herbs themselves, but not for every card, because sometimes they repeat and I just read certain parts. Sagittarius, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. And Spirit, I thank you for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. Cards are chosen at random for this Celtic Cross spread. Starting off with the Knight of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, you have a plan in the works, and you are taking your time. You've been working on it. It's been a long time in the making, and it is going to be a whopper because it's going to bring change. You're challenged by the Tower to bring down the Tower, to get rid of what no longer serves you. And your plan is to do just that. You're building a legacy that's going to bring you a brand new future. You're being guided to your change, to your destiny. 4 of Pentacles says that you are holding back. You're not sharing. You're not ready to put out into the world this plan. You're still Because again, the four of Pentacles with the one of the Knight here makes a 5. So there's a wounded feeling here where you've been cheated. But that's going to change because of the Tower. So you're being more on a defensive here. You're protecting what you have because you know that you have to build it by yourself and you don't want anybody to take advantage of it. And your happiness is where all of this brings you to happiness. What you have been building slowly and quietly and keeping it to yourself. It's brought you happiness. You're very happy where you are right now. You're feeling it. You're feeling happiness, or you're being honest, or people are telling you the truth, or you've had certain truths come. Oh boy. That where you were angry. Somebody made you angry. Somebody took advantage. Somebody tried to take away your happiness. You're not letting them get away with it. But you got the truth. Maybe you were divorced recently for some. And that happiness is where you are keeping to yourself. You're just, you figured out some truth, or justice is coming or has come. You've received some form of justice here. 10 of Cups is happiness again. So again, the Tower coming down. You're bringing down the Tower. You're putting an end to something. Is our 10 of Cups here. But putting an end to something and having your happiness come here. Maybe you've asked for divorce and it is going to put an end to happiness for somebody. The 10 of Cups is a future card, so that could happen anytime. Again, Pisces is our next water sign as cups go, and that is this. So the lunar eclipse coming up in September. Could be the end of a karmic cycle because it is the end. And you just need to get there. Justice is coming in, so you've put yourself into a divorce. Judgment for that divorce has probably arrived. And this was recently, so it could be last year. It could be months ago. But you have a judgment call from King of Swords here. It could be a note from a judge. Could be that your hearing came up. It could be legal documentation for divorce for some. Legal documentation for I want this done in a certain way. You're bringing something down and it's making you happy. You put an end to something. Somebody's leaving. Maybe that's the note, the document that says time to go. They're leaving. Could be they're coming back or want to. If it's legal, they can't come back just like that. So, or maybe they could try. But changing, profound change again with the Tower. Profound change, they're leaving, or they're afraid. They're afraid to leave. Or it is the changes that are coming is what's scary. But that's unknown, and it's transformation more than anything. I mean, if you want to say which is more scary, the Tower or the Death card, they both mean change. They both mean profound change. And the Tower collapsing around you, behind you, is just to say that this is the end of a cycle. The Death card showing up is, so you have to die to something, so you're giving up what no longer serves you. So this would be the embraceable more than the Tower, but then I wouldn't want to put one against the other. To me, they're both the same in the form of change. Something has to die, something has to die in order for something new to come, in order for your habits to change or someone else's habits to change, moving location, inner change. That's the difference here. But 8 of Cups is to leave. It's to, I need to find my happiness elsewhere. Hangman says you're seeing life as a different perspective because of change. You're going to see things differently. You've earned it. You've done the work. This card just won't leave the bottom of the deck. So we have the Empress, where you're self-sufficient. Where you were worried about confusion, you don't have to anymore, because you're going to have enough. You're going to have enough. You have more than enough. The Empress has everything, is everything. She provides. 3 weeks, 3 months is the timing on her. Could be that in September, because it's a Virgo, again, Pisces, Virgo, the September 21st would be the new moon with the solar eclipse. On the 21st would be in Virgo. The North Node is shifting to Virgo. Sorry, the South Node is shifting to Virgo. So being able to let go of worry and confusion and be productive. Again, seeing your future, maybe traveling, building a home, buying a home, coming into fruition, ideas that you've had, that you've been trying to work on, or waiting for something to come into fruition and have that, what you need, and being able to innovate or be innovated by. King of Wands, somebody who wants to be with you. Maybe you have that King of Wands is who you want to end up with, that you will, that, or maybe they will leave if that's who you're with now. It's King of Wands. It depends on your situation, but you get to choose. You get to choose to heal. You get to choose to deal with or not deal with, and ease your mind and make decisions for yourself and start something new. Follow your intuition, build your legacy, have your legacy come in. Understand who you're dealing with and why things went the way they did. If you have to reconcile or deal with third parties, or see that you were dealing with third parties that you didn't want to have to, or they just created that space where you needed to bring down the tower because that was your plan to begin with, where you needed to see change because of who you were dealing with. Your happiness is in where you work or what you do for work, and you want to bring more happiness in. Again, if you're dealing with a King of Wands, it doesn't have to be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. It could be any sign, but they are innovative and they probably encourage you. Or it is that who you're dealing with and they will leave, or they want to come back. Change is, somebody is changing. They have no choice but to change because the tower is coming down. And that is where perspective will change. What is the oracle message for Sagittarius? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, look at that. Love. The rose. Beautiful. So maybe your King of Wands is coming to get you so that you can be happy again. I see number 12. I think that should be Venus. The rose. Yeah, it's pure love there. Union, bliss, unconditional love, merging with the other, oneness, nourishment, purity. Where you were dealing with conditional love or scarcity, separation, disconnection from the sacred. That's changing. You're wanting to build a home and have your happiness because you know what true happiness is. You really want that, and that's what you're going to get when you get to your 10 of Cups. And that could take on the eclipse, that could take on Virgo moon, new moon in August. Could be in September too. I mean, it's really, I say August because it's the closest, the soonest. Tower comes down pretty quickly. This could be August here, but this is in the past. So truth, happiness for you is, you know when you fell in love, you know when you met someone who was making you happy, you know when you decided to end a relationship, call for divorce, or just get the truth about someone just not being able to be with you, or you not wanting to be with them. Being able to speak that truth, you were able to do it, or they were, and it's freeing up your space or your pathway to get to the person who you really want to be with. In ancient texts in Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, the rose had a prominent presence, particularly in relation to balancing the emotions, relieving the heart of depression and grief, and treating psycho-spiritual imbalances. The rose is sacred to Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. Since ancient times and across cultures, the rose was associated to love, passion, commitment, and lust. The Romans, Greeks, and occult societies suspend roses from the ceiling at meetings that were held in the strictest of confidence. Roses represent all aspects of the goddess and almighty creatrix, the almighty creatrix, the ability to love, nurture, experience joy, and see beauty in all things. A popular flower that has come to be associated with weddings and rituals of union. Roses fill vases, are worn by participants and guests, and are often strewn about to bring divine blessings to the couple's love. The herbs of Venus are feminine, gentle, relaxing, and balancing. Medicinally, rose has the power to uplift mood and nourish the heart and cardiovascular system. It makes an excellent uterine tonic that supports fertility and vitality. The antiseptic nature of rose makes it an excellent remedy for wounds and bruises. It also relieves spasms in the respiratory system, gut, intestinal tract, and muscles. Rose's medicinal and energetic qualities resemble the archetypical nature of both Venus and the moon. And the guidance here, if you didn't know all of that about roses, the guidance here is, it is time to allow for greater love in your life. Allow the dance of trust and intimacy to heal and open your heart. Like the rose, you are rising from harsh soil through the path of thorns and challenges. As you grow and blossom in your spiritual journey, look deep into your heart and see where you might need more love and affection. The white dove reminds us that through childlike trust, we can navigate the most challenging of pathways with an undertone of joy and presence. Remember, you understand how love is the doorway, and through this sacred embodiment, you are able to birth anything into manifestation. Let all creativity, all sexual and nurturing connection be attuned to the vibrational powers of unconditional love. On that note, Sagittarius, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.